So I've been using these Leatt dual axis knee guards for a couple years now. Jericho Das, I think that's how you pronounce your name, Jericho, but a lot of you guys know Jericho. He's a well-known West Coast rider with impeccable riding and jumping skills. A couple years ago when I was looking to up my game in safety gear, he highly recommended using these. So I'm pretty sure he's the first notable person who was wearing these kind of knee guards versus the more typical knee guards like this. So he turned me onto these and I've loved them ever since, and wow, in the last couple of years, amazing growth in safety gear, and now it seems like everyone's wearing these. So I think that can pretty much go back to Jericho. I'm giving him credit for that. So if you have these, you're probably going to experience this where you have them on, and I'm not going to put them fully on, but you have them on like this. You're riding, and at some point you look down and you see that they've shifted down your leg, right? Now, some of that can be mitigated by properly adjusting your straps so that they're nice and firm, all three. But they still drift down my leg every once in a while. For me, I think maybe it has to do with the kind of pants I have on. Other guys, they drift down their leg a lot more. So another local rider to the West Coast, Dave Yu, and that's not his actual last name, but he likes his social privacy, so that's why he's not doing this video, but all the credit goes to you, Dave. Thanks for that tip. He has a lot of great tips that I've used. He added another hole higher up on the knee guard. So you put these on as usual. And this one, normally, in the normal position, it goes across your calf. But if you modify it and you add another hole up here, and now you mount it up here, now the strap is essentially going across the top of your calf. So I think you can imagine the benefit of that. With the strap above your calf, it keeps the knee guards from sliding down your leg. Brilliant. And Dave did that, and he tested it on a nice long ride, and no issues with it drifting down his leg, and he had this, it was a big issue with him. So with that recommendation, I'm modifying my knee guard. So I've already done the right knee guard, and I'm about to do my left one. So if you stick around if you want to see my handiwork on implementing that. Otherwise, get out your drill and drill some holes. These are all the tools that I'll be using to do this work. The two most important ones for a job well done are these two drill bits. And these are sized to fit. What I'm going to be doing is drilling two holes, one hole here and one hole here, and then joining the two. So this drill bit is sized to fit this hole, and the smaller one is sized to fit the smaller hole. This drill bit is a 21/64 inch drill bit, and then the smaller one is 11/64 of an inch. I'm going to mark a line between this rivet and this ridge here, and at least on mine it is let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 . 6.5 1/8 of an inch. Let's see. 13/16. I'm using mechanical pencil with yellow colored pencil, lead. You can use regular pencil, it'll show up, just be a little harder to see. And I'm going to be drilling 2 holes along this edge. The first one will be 5/16 in from the edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the next one will be 5/16 from there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There, got my 2 marks. Now look, I know that there'll be a lot of you guys out there saying, what is he doing? Just take a drill and drill some holes. It's just not in my nature to operate like that. I can't help myself. I tend to be meticulous in what I do, and I'm always striving for excellence. It's a fault of mine. I'm going to use an awl, otherwise known as a pointy object, and carefully put a nice deep mark at my locations. And then taking a center punch and my hammer just to make them a little more solid. Okay, I'm about to drill out these 2 holes, and I'm going to start off with a small drill bit. This is a 1/16 of an inch drill, and this will provide a good starter hole to guide the bigger bits. Now, before you do this, if you haven't drilled into plastic in a while, you might want to do what I actually did. I took one of my older pair of knee guards. I'm not really wearing much anymore. And I pretty much knew what to expect with plastic, but I wanted to refresh my memory. So I drilled a hole in this guard. They all use the same kind of plastic. And actually, you might want to practice drilling, doing the whole process in an extra something you're not using if you have it around. So just practice drilling through this plastic. What you're going to find is as the drill starts going into the plastic, it's going to grab and it's going to pull the drill into the plastic, and it's really hard to avoid having that done. But you can still get pretty good holes by just take your time and go slow. So this should fall right into those dimples I created. Start slow. You can see it kind of pulled it in a little bit, but where it's really going to pull in is when you get to the large bit, which you'll see in a second. Now I've switched to a 1/8 inch drill bit to widen the hole a bit more. And then the 11/64 bit. As these get bigger, they'll tend to grab more. Like that. And finally, the 21/64 bit. And of course, you're only going to drill one of these holes with this one. And this will be the one I'll want to grab most. Like that. Now we're done with the hole drilling. I've clamped the knee pad to the edge of my work table just so I can use both hands in this next operation where I'm going to be joining the two holes together. And now I'm just going to use a file to smooth off the edges and make it uniform in width. There you go. All right, well, I'm happy with that. It works like the stock ones. Holes, clicks into place. So I'd encourage you to give this a shot, particularly if your knee pads are slipping down your legs. And of course, I'm doing this for the Leatts, but I'm sure this probably is a potential issue with any of these style of knee braces. You just might have to change the dimensions a little bit. All right, guys. Hope this was useful, and I will talk to you later. Bye.